To them young boys in the hood with big dreams of being superstars. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't, but you gotta work super hard. To the older man who feels his life is over cause he wasted it standing on corners. One thing I learned about the streets, it's never too late for a come up. I was so before that I couldn't do it. I remember being told by my own peeps not to rap, and singing in my hood wasn't popular, but I got respect for it cause I was a beast. Facts. If you got a dream, you gotta stay committed, you can get it, but you gotta be a beast, you can't slack for a minute. Remember this, if you remember nothing else, you gotta be relentless.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, misery bots of all ages, back again with another video. This time I'm trying to give you guys an update on what's going on with my refurbished Steam Deck. But before I do, if you like that intro music, definitely check out the Adrian Rockstar SoundCloud in the descriptions below. Let's get into the video now. If you've been watching my more previous videos, you would know that the Steam Deck that I got was a refurbished Steam Deck. I got it certified refurbished. Now, I mean, here, just in case y'all didn't know, this is certified refurbished Steam Decks right here. Now, I got the 64 gig one, which was $279. There's actually another one right now that you can get refurbished, the Steam Deck 256 gig for $319. And in this, it says certified refurbished. Each certified refurbished Steam Deck has been thoroughly tested to the same high standard as our retail one. It comes with a 1-year warranty, refurbished power supply, so on and so forth. When you get it, if you watch my video in which I received it and I opened it up, it looks brand new. Like this thing, flawless, dog. Flawless in the process. It's like you're opening up a whole brand new Steam Deck, right? But when I opened it up and I started playing with it, I noticed that there was an issue. Um, it's not immediate. It's not an immediate issue, but it was an issue. And that issue was, and I mentioned it before, where I would be playing, then all of a sudden the buttons would stop working. The only buttons that would continue to work would be the touchscreen and the power button. And this is an example of me literally, trying to press every button, and nothing is working out for me right now. Like nothing is working out for me. And I said that I was gonna keep doing some more experiments with it and stuff like that just to see what's up. And it got to a point where it just kept happening, and I actually gotten as far as to reach out to Valve. Oh, the volume button also worked. I got as far as to reach out to Valve in order to like return it or maybe exchange it for another one. And obviously, before I sent it back, I did the factory reset and stuff like that. After I did the factory reset, I decided, let me give it another try. You know what I mean? Let me give it another try. And after I factory reset, that seemed to have fixed the issue to the point where I even got as far as to reply back to Valve, letting them know, like, yeah, I fixed the issue. I believe I fixed the issue. I want to cancel, me returning the Steam Deck and stuff like that. And they respond back like, yeah, that's cool or whatever. But um, after that, not too long after that, I ran into the issue again. This time I decided to do a little bit more experimentation. And I learned that if this happens, I can still use like my controller, like my Xbox or PlayStation controller, to continue and to play the game and stuff like that. Like the controller, any external controller still works. It's just the actual buttons on the Steam Deck just stops working for some reason. But if I was able to connect my Xbox to the Steam Deck, and then I was able to just continue playing the game like if nothing was wrong. So like for some reason the game itself is fine. What's up, Collapse? The game itself is fine. The touchscreen and everything works. It's just the power button, and the power button works and stuff like that. As you can see, me touching the touchscreen is causing Monkey to actually do stuff. But when I actually try to use the controllers, it would just nothing would happen. It would just freeze. The power button worked. Like I could restart it and stuff like that. The other way to solve it is to like shut the Steam Deck down and then start it back up, and then that seems to fix it temporarily and stuff like that. So it is not flawless, unfortunately. The refurbished Steam Deck does have some issues. It's not to a point where it really affects me. It didn't work right there because I just put it to sleep. You gotta like literally shut the Steam Deck down completely and then start it, and then boot it completely back up. Um, But it doesn't really affect me too much because I mean I can always use my controller. I don't mind using my controller and stuff like that. But I do need to let it be known, like, this whole thing that Steam Deck is that Steam is over here trying to say, like, yo, they test their Steam Deck like it's a brand new one or whatever. I don't know how accurate that is, bro. I don't know how accurate that is because, like, from my experience right now, it's not looking too good. Um, every device goes through a complete factory reset, software update, and an extensive examination involving over 100 tests at one of the Valve facilities. Among the tests are all controller inputs and audio systems and screens and internal battery and internals. Battery health is also assessed to ensure proper functionality and longevity. Now, I will say, majority of that was perfect. Like the screen, the audio, the controller inputs, and all that stuff. When it's working flawless. Even the battery, like battery life was pretty decent. Um, it's just for whatever reason. And what I learned too is what seemed to cause this is whenever I have like a game downloading in the background. Whenever I try to download like a game in the background and then I decide to play, I don't know what happens, but it seems to cause the controllers on the actual Steam Deck to just stop working for some reason. And for some reason, sometimes it can be temporary. Like sometimes it'll just stop working, and then like 5 minutes later, all of a sudden the buttons are working again. So it is weird. It is like a weird little glitch or bug. Again, not something that really affects me too much because I mean, again, from my experiment, it only happens when I'm playing when I have a game downloading in the background. When I'm not having a game downloading in the background, then it works flawless for me. So I'm still gonna just put up with it because I just don't need to have a game downloading in the background. But that is something I've realized. Like when there is a game downloading in the background, for some reason the controllers freeze. I've learned that even if the game is downloaded in the background, if I use like an Xbox or PlayStation controller, I can still continue to use the Steam Deck. And I do have a dock too, so I do dock my Steam Deck from time to time. And if I were to just completely shut down the Steam Deck and start it back up, then all of the functionalities go back to working again. But I just wanted to make this video just to give you guys an update that, if you're buying a refurbished Steam Deck, make sure you give it a good test because it may not be as flawless as Valve would like you to believe. Case in point, my situation with my Steam Deck, like I still have it. It's, still a good device, battery dead on it right now, but it's not flawless. They are sending some refurbished units out that may still be somewhat defective. So if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yo, Collapse, what you up to today? I'll probably do some streaming, so stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
To them young boys in the hood with big dreams of being superstars. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't, but you gotta work super hard. To the older man who feels his life is over cause he wasted it standing on corners. One thing I learned about the streets, it's never too late for a come up. I was told before that I couldn't do it. I remember being told by my own peeps not to rap, and singing in my hood wasn't popular, but I got respect for it cause I was a beast. Facts. If you got a dream, you gotta stay committed, you can get it, but you gotta be a beast, you can't slack for a minute. Remember this, if you don't remember nothing.